Hello there, friends and enemies. Welcome back. My name is Toxy, and earlier this morning, we actually got some information about the new OCG pack, Amazing Defenders, and we actually got some leaks on the new archetype Purery, which looks interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at it with you here today for a first look at the Purery archetype, and it's like it says here, it's like the Eevee of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and go over all the cards that have been revealed today. So this right here is Purery, a level 1 light fairy effect monster. First effect, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. You can add 1 excavated Purery spell or trap to your hand. Also, place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Okay, interesting. And then, once per turn, you can reveal 1 Purery quick play spell in your hand, and if you do, special summon 1 Xyz monster that mentions it from your extra deck, using this face-up card you control as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. And if you do, attach the revealed card to it as additional material. So, I really like this. Starting off strong, showing you that we are going to be going into Xyz monsters, and I think the Xyz monsters for this archetype have a really interesting thing to them. I love the art, I love this cute little guy, and let's keep going. So next up, we've got Purery Happiness. Its effect, it requires 2 level 2 monsters. If this card battles, at the end of the damage step, you can add 1 Purery card from your deck to your hand. Also, if this card has Purery Happy Memory as material, you can make the attack of 1 face-up monster on the field become halved. Ooh. Okay, thrice per turn. That's a new wording there. Thrice per turn, when you activate a Purery Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as a material. Then you can return 1 spell or trap your opponent controls to the hand. Okay, interesting. So it looks like we're going to be attaching a bunch of spell cards to our Xyz monsters here, and getting some other effects out of them. I really like that. All right. Moving on from here, we've got our Purery Beauty. Alright, 2 level 2 monsters, just the same. Once per turn, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Its effects are negated until the end of the turn. This is a quick effect if this card has Purery Pretty Memory as material. Thrice per turn, when you activate a Purery Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as a material, then you can change 1 opponent's monster's battle position. Okay, not the strongest. Changing battle positions is decent, but not the best. But I do definitely feel like we could probably find some use out of that. Moving on to our next evolution, Purery Plump, the Earth type of the trio. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 spell and traps in the graveyards, attach them to this card as material. This is a quick effect if this card has Purery Delicious Memory as material. And then thrice per turn, when you activate a Purery Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as material, then you can banish 1 monster on the field until end phase. I really like that effect. Definitely like a slower Malevolent Sin, but you can do it 3 times a turn, which is super crazy. Let's move on. Let's move on to what seems to be the big boss monster of the archetype with beautiful art, Purery Happiness, a rank 7 light fairy effect monster. Requires 2 level 7 monsters as materials. You can also Xyz summon this card by using a rank 2 monster you control with 5 or more materials. Transfer its materials to this card. Okay. During your main phase, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, and if you do, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until end of turn. If this card has a level 1 Purery monster as material, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Yo, a resident spell speed 4. I love that. And then when an attack is declared involving this card with 5 or more materials, inflict 1500 damage to your opponent automatically. Wow. I feel like this could be baller if you can give this card multiple attacks, or even if you just have, it doesn't specifically say, it doesn't give it a hard once per turn. So if you have multiple copies of Experia Happiness out, it's possible that you can just continuously drain your opponent's life. I love that. Moving on to the field spell of the archetype, we got Stray Purery Street. Your opponent cannot target Purery monsters you control with card effects the turn they are special summoned. Amazing. Once per turn, if a face-up Purery XE monster you control leaves the field by your opponent, special summon one level 1 Purery monster from your deck or graveyard. I'm sorry that I'm tripping over my words a lot. Something about the wording is getting my brain to trip over itself. But I do like that. I like that it gives you a free special summon. It's not just grabbing it to your hand. It's just a special summon. I really like that. Then, during each end phase, you can target one Purery Xyz monster on the field, attach one Purery quick play spell from your deck or graveyard to it as a material. Okay, graveyard recursion for the quick plays. I like that. Ooh. Next up, continuous spell, Purery My Friend. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Okay. You can pay 500 life points, reveal 3 Purery cards from your deck except Purery My Friend, and if you do, your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand, also shuffle the rest back into the deck. That's an interesting fetch spell. You can just pick 3 from your deck, and nothing here says that they have to be different. I'm assuming that they will, though. But if they aren't, then that just means if you have 3 copies of a card still sitting in your deck, you could just be like, boop, and then you get whatever you want anyways. But even if not, you can pick some of the quick play spells, and then you've got that free quick play spell for your Xyz monsters. The second effect, if a face-up Purery Xyz monster you control leaves the field by your opponent, even during the damage step, you can add up to 3 Purery quick play spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, there we go. Remove your quick play spells as materials often because you'll just be able to get them back into your hand, it seems. Okay, interesting. Next up, we got Purery Happy Memory. It's a quick play spell, the first one of the night. Apply this effect to 1 card on the field until the end of the next turn. Then, you can discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purery monster from your deck. Once applied, the next time that card would be destroyed by a card effect, it is not destroyed. Okay. The wording on that gets me a little bit. Alright, a Purery Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of Purery Happy Memory attached to it plus 1. Okay, I like that. If you can manage to get all 3 onto an Xyz monster, it can attack 3 extra times. That's crazy. That gives us credence to the boss monster, the level 7 Xyz. I like that. Rank 7, sorry. Next up, we got Purery Pretty Memory. It is each player gains 1,000 life points. Then you can discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purery monster from your deck. A lot of special summoning from the deck here. I was going to say that if you run this deck, you might want to run 1 for 1. But it seems like you got a lot of special summon in this deck. Anyway. A Purery Xyz monster that has this card as material gains once per turn. You can send 1 other card you control to the graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. Ooh, Monster Steal. I like that. Okay. And then you can run Xyz Import also in this deck, and it would also work. We have the last quick play spell here, Purery Delicious Memory. Make 1 monster on the field unable to be destroyed by battle until the end of the next turn. Then you can discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purery monster from your deck. Yo! A Purery Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Gains 300 attack and defense for each material attached to this card. I really like the first effect. I love the first effect. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have Purery, Purely Leap. It's a trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Oh, one card. Okay, so one Purery per turn. Target one Purery Xyz monster you control. Special summon one Purery Xyz monster with a different rank from your extra deck by using it as material, but return the summoned monster to the extra deck during the end phase of the next turn. This is treated as an Xyz summon, transfers materials to the summoned monster. What? Okay. Would that get rid of the monster that you use to special summon it? I assume that it would, right? Because it's like, it's going back to the extra deck, everything else is going to detach. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's take a look at the second effect. You can banish this card, then target up to 3 Purery monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. That might make up for it a little bit. But I don't know. That seems like a little bit of a wide setback. But every card needs its setback. So I understand. And then this other trap card down here is just a reprint. But there we go. That's the Purery archetype. I like it. I like it a lot. I definitely don't think it's going to be like... I definitely don't think this deck's going to be like the most impressive deck in the world. Like, I don't think it's going to be topping any tournaments. But I like it. I think that it's like a fun little archetype that you can really mess around with a little bit. And then you could add in some like level 2s like Deep Sea Diva or some of the sprites just to like chump Xyz summon some of those Xyz Pureries. But I really like the way that this deck works. And I think I'm going to run it. But there we go. There's a Purery archetype. I just wanted to show it to you because I thought it was interesting and it just got revealed today. So, sorry for fumbling this video a lot. You probably saw all the cuts in there. But anyway, thank you for so much for watching. Hope you liked the Pureries as much as I did. And until next time, drink your water.